مرحبا. Today we are going to learn about حرف التاء. We have the same scheme as ألف and باء. We will learn how to pronounce it, then how to pronounce it with تشكيل, how to write it, isolated and connected, and then we will have some examples. So just to review, we said in our previous video that we have like a triplet here. They all have the same body, okay? They all have the same main body, and they differ in the number of dots and where to put them. And we said that ba is the first one of the triplets, so it has only one dot. Ta is the second one, so it has two. Tha has it's the third one, so it has three dots. Okay, as we see here, ta and tha, they have their dots above, while ba has its dot beneath. And we said ba is like boat and a paddle in the water. Okay, so as we see here, ta consists of two things: the main body that we know and two dots. And as we said also before, we can remember that, okay, ta, it's like we can remember it by number 2. Okay, with number 2 we can remember two things. First thing, it has two dots, okay, and it's the second one in the triplets, so it has two dots, and also it's pronounced like ta. Okay, so like it, of course it's not pronounced exactly like the English T, but we get the idea. Okay, so we can remember it by 2. It has two dots and it's number 2 in the triplets, and also it pronounced like ta. Okay, as we know, we can guess the pronunciation from the name of the letter. It's called letter ta, so it's pronounced ta, ta, ta. Okay, how to pronounce it? This sound occurs as the tip of the tongue touches, as we see here. Okay, the tip of the tongue touches the upper front teeth. Okay, so ta, ta, ta. Okay, again, as we see here, when it touches, the tip of the tongue touches the upper front teeth. Ta, ta, ta. Again, here, as we see, here is the place where you put your tongue behind the upper teeth. Okay, so just here with the tip of the tongue, ta, ta, ta. And maybe you notice that it's different from the English T, okay? Because the English T has a great aspiration when you pronounce it, ta, ta, ta. But this is not the case with Arabic ta. Ta in Arabic has no aspiration, especially in the beginning. Maybe toward the end you have like a bit of aspiration, like a bit, you pass a bit of air when you pronounce it, but it's not like the English T. There is no aspiration, no air while pronouncing it, especially at the beginning. For example, here are two words. Of course, you know now, this is the first letter, حرف الألف, and it's pronounced like a, and this is our letter حرف التاء. Okay, so how would you pronounce these two words, like in English and in Arabic? As we know, in English it's at, okay? There is aspiration, there is air while you sing at, okay? But this is not the case in Arabic, okay? So it would be at, at, at. No aspiration, no air, especially in the beginning, but maybe toward the end you can release a bit of air, so it's not like the English T, okay? So at, okay? Now let's see how we would pronounce this letter with harakat or tashkil. Again, with fatha, the dash above the letter, we open the mouth, so it would be ta, 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 okay? With kasra beneath the letter, it would produce the E sound, so it would be T, 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 okay? And with dhamma, the little comma above, and it would be pronounced like U, so tu, 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 okay? And do you notice how we don't release air while pronouncing it? Like it's dry, no air, no aspiration, okay? Maybe a bit towards the end, okay? So ta, ti, tu, ta, ti, tu, ta, ti, tu, okay? Here are some examples with حرف التاء with different harakat. Here with fatha we have this word, it would be pronounced like ta, so this word is tamr, tamr, and tamr is dates, you know, like dates that we eat in Arabic countries, the little sweet things. So this is tamr. So the word tamr begins with ta with fatha. Then we have ta with kasra. This word is teen, 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 okay, teen. And the last one is ta with dhamma, and it's pronounced like tu, okay, tu, toot, 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 okay? And here also we have like ta in the end, but here we will have ta like the letter in the end of the words has no harakat. Usually you will see that another diacritical mark above the letters and the end of the words, which is a little circle above the letters. This little circle means stop. This little circle means no harakat, no vowels, okay? So you won't open your mouth, or like you would close it, or nothing, okay? No ta or ti or tu, it's nothing, just ta, okay? So this is toot, toot, okay? And as you notice here as well, toward the end maybe we release a bit of air when we pronounce that ta, okay? So toot, 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 okay? So now how to write حرف التاء isolated and connected. As you know, it has the same concept. It's like a twin to letter ba, so it's not really that different, okay? It's the same body, okay? So like the front or the back part, then this line, then the front part. The only difference is we put two dots because it's the second letter, okay, in this triplet, and we put two dots above like a smiley face. Like imagine that you are drawing a smiley face, okay? So this is the smile and then the eyes, okay? Two dots above. Of course, when we write it, we don't we don't usually write the dots like a circle. So we more like two dots like this, okay? But I'm writing it this way just to appear. And usually in standard ways, you would see like it's like the dots are drawn like a diamond shape, okay? So yeah, this is حرف التاء, just like a smiley face. This is isolated. How to write it connected? The same concept as its twin ba. We cut the end, okay, to make it easier to connect it to the letter before and after. So usually it's like it's isolated, written like this with the two dots, okay? But to connect it, we cut the end, so we have it like this. If I want to connect it to something after, I will just extend this line and connect it to whatever letter after, okay? Like let's imagine it's letter ba, so we will connect them like this. And if I wanted to connect it to a letter before, I will just extend a little line before it and I will connect it to the letter before. Let's imagine it's letter ba again, so like this. Okay, so here we cut the end, okay, so we have ta like this, okay, half a smile or something. And in the middle, again, we cut the end, okay, and we extend a little line after, a little line before, and we connect it. In the end, we won't connect it to anything after because it's the end of the word. We will just connect it to the letter before. So no need to cut the end, we will keep it so it has its shape like if it's isolated, but we will just extend a little line to connect it to the letter before it. Okay, so now here, as we see, to remember, we cut the end. How to write it? In the beginning we cut the end and we connect it to whatever letter after. Let's imagine it's letter alif. How we would connect it? Let's remember first, is alif connected to the letter before? Yeah, it's connected to the letter before it, so we can connect them together. How we would write alif? Just a line, a vertical line. This is alif, okay? So this is alif, this is ta, and we connect them together, okay? In the middle, again, we will need to connect it to a letter after, so we will cut the end. We will end up with something like that. How to connect it to the letter before? Extend a little line after, extend a little line after, and we connect them, okay? Toward the end, it's the end. Do we need to cut it? No, we will have it as a whole, okay, not cut, no cut here, and we will just extend a little line to connect it to the letter before, okay? This is حرف التاء connected, okay? Here we have some examples, okay? In the beginning, as we see here, we cut the end, we have ta, okay, and we extended a line and we connected it to the letter after. And here we have the word tamr that we just talked about, which means dates. Here we have another word, and this word is perfect because it has the three letters that we learned. Okay, here we have ta, as we see. Okay, we cut the end and we have the two dots. Okay, then we have this vertical line, so it's alif. Okay, we connected them together. This is alif. And then we have ba. Why didn't we connect them together? Because alif is never connected to the letter after, only to the letter before. So we wrote ba as if it's isolated, no connection here, no connection between them. So can you try to read this word? Okay, here is fatha, and here is the circle, means no vowels while pronouncing it. Can you try to read it? Okay, it's ta, and then alif, ta, and then ba, tab, tab. Okay, tab. Perfect. Then here we have some examples of ta in the middle. Okay, as we see here, ta, we cut off the end and we connected it to the letter after it. Okay, we didn't connect it to this letter here. Why? Because this letter is like alif. We will learn about it later. So ta has no problem to be connected before, after, anywhere, but it's if the letter doesn't want to connect, then we have to respect it. So ta, okay, will have no connection here as this letter wishes, and we will just connect it to the letter after, which is ba. Okay, so this is ta in the middle. Here we have it connected before and after, as we see. Yeah, we cut off the end and we connect it with this little line to the letter before and to the ba after, as we see here. Okay, towards the end. In the end, as we see here, this example is very confusing maybe for you, because oh my god, they look very similar, but only like the dots, like I know, like I know it's confusing, like to remember where are the dots and which one has one dot and where was that dot and all of that. But with practice you will master this. Okay, so here we know only two letters here. Okay, the first one we know it. Okay, let's try to remember it. Okay, the end was cut off, and okay, one dot below, beneath. Oh, this is the boat with a paddle, so it's ba. Okay, we don't know this letter yet. Okay, but we know this one. Okay, this shape we know it, with two dots above, the smiley face, two dots above, yeah, two, so this is ta. Okay, so this word would be bint. This letter here is like an bint, bint. Okay, I know they are similar, but like try to work with one letter at a time. Like start with the first one, then the second, then the third, and try to remember every letter individually. Bint, by the way, means girl in Arabic. Bint means girl. Okay, here again we know two letters here, again the first and the third letter. So let's try to read it. Here we have the first letter, okay, the vertical line with the hamza. This is alif. This is alif, okay? And yeah, it's not connected to the letter after. We know it. Yeah, this is alif. Then the second letter, we don't know it. Okay. And the third one, we know it. This is ta. As we see here, it's in the end, so it's we didn't cut the end, and it's connected to the letter before. So this word is أخت. Alif has dhamma here, so o, أخت. Okay, and here sukun. أخت. أخت means sister in Arabic. Okay, أخت, sister. Okay, so step by step we will learn how to read Arabic, and we will recognize letters more easily, inshallah, with time. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Thank you. Bye.